everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Sit-Downs with yours truly, Adrianus. Sorry everybody, I know that this video has been coming late. I used to kind of do this consecutively, excuse me. I used to do this consecutively on Wednesdays, and now it seems like I'm starting to get a trend of doing it on Fridays. So sorry about that. I know for those of you who watch, you're kind of expecting it to be on a certain day. It will always be weekly, it just kind of depends on the scheduling, like if will it be on Wednesday or will it be like later on Fridays. So sorry about that. But let's get into the video. Today's subject matter for the sit-downs, I wanted to talk about, I guess, scheduling writing. I guess that would be the best way to phrase it. What is the best way to phrase it? I guess time appropriation. We'll call it that, time appropriation. But in regard to one's writing, like, everyone, you all know I'm a writer, and I, have my books, I have my short stories, I have some poetry that I work on periodically. And one of the issues that I always have in coping with my writing schedule, let's do this a little flip, yeah. With coping with my writing schedule is staying focused on one item at hand. I've been working on my third novel. Currently, it's on the second act, and just it's been really progressing pretty well. But then, because of the Halloween season, I've been working on short stories for my horror anthology, and that's exactly what my whole thing. Focusing on the task at hand. Because of something coming up, I shift from one workload to a different workload, and it stalls progress on both fronts. And I've had a lot of not feedback, but I've researched a lot about how certain writers feel towards this. They feel like, oh yeah, when you write, just write. Writing, if it makes you happy, if it's something that you're doing professionally, just do it. Doesn't matter what you're doing, just write. Obviously, if you have a deadline to make, or if you have some sort of assignment, someone's commissioned something, then yeah, get that out of the way. But if you're just writing, just writing every day if you can is always best. And I firmly believe in that. Sometimes I feel like days that I haven't written something, or haven't even editing something, if I feel kind of listless. But then at the same time, I also feel that if I don't focus on one thing over a course amount of time, I feel like I'm being too sporadic and I don't get a lot of work done. And there's very differing perspectives on it. I, for one, feel that as long as you kind of assign a sectioned thesaurus. Assign yourself a certain amount of work to finish for your writing. So, for example, if you're writing a book, like I am doing, I like to write, one chapter, and then when I'm done with the chapter, like, okay, kind of take a breather. You can kind of work on something else, like a short story, or go read a book or something, I don't know. And then if you're writing a short story, finish the short story, and then if you want, continue on to another short story, or if you're working on novels, whatever, for you fellow writers out there, I'm sure you've had this issue. But yeah, I always find it best to try to finish one piece of work first and then go on to the next thing. You don't necessarily have to finish a whole lump of work. You don't have to finish a whole novel before you go on to something else. You can allow yourself, some breathe time, some diversification, like I'm always talking about. And yeah, it just kind of keeps the air fresh for you, figuratively. I feel that if I focus too much on one assignment, I kind of get bogged down. And like, yes, you do want to be in the mind of your characters. You do want to kind of live in the world of that story. But at the same time, it can be too beleaguering. You can be kind of caught up too much in your own head to kind of get a better perspective. You want to kind of think outside the box. And that's, that's how you make your stories compelling. Your prose need to be compelling. So you need to kind of step back. And I think stepping back is always great. So, yeah, other people find it, different perspectives, like, oh, you're writing one thing, stick to that one thing. If you're writing a book, finish the book, and then you can write about something else. Don't think about other things. It's like, yes and no, because, as writers, I know for my own experience that I get ideas for different books and different stories all the time. And so if I'm not allowed to at least expose a little bit on what I've thought about, then I go crazy. Because one, I want to write it down, and then secondly, I feel the motivation to put it into a story, even if it's like an introduction story, like an intro chapter to a book that I'll eventually write. I need to do that, because if not, I feel like it's like someone's been giving you, or has given to you, these really rare seeds. They would grow like the grandest of plants. You would get like the sweetest of fruit, whatever, however metaphorically you want to view it. But if you get these really great ideas and you don't let them flourish, then they might die out. That's how I feel about it. But a lot of people have, like I mentioned, different perspectives, different work ethic when it comes to their writing. But yeah, work appropriation. Do you stick to one thing, or do you work on several things at a time, in moderation? But yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed this sit down. It's a little bit of a shorter vid today. Hope everyone's doing great. I'm going to be doing a review video for some comic books this weekend, and also do a review for Carrie, because I saw it last week. I've been meaning to do the video review, so we'll be doing that in one shot. So I hope keep a lookout for that. Hope you've enjoyed the sit downs. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.